There is a specific, terrifying moment happening right now across millions of living rooms, office desks, and quiet streets where someone standing right in front of you is flashing a brilliant, wide, perfectly synchronized smile while their brain is actively calculating the exact method of your downfall. You brush it off as mere friendliness, completely blind to the fact that human biology has hardwired a horrifying evolutionary defense mechanism directly into the muscles around the eyes that you are entirely ignoring. Welcome back to What Else Official. Today we tear away the polite veneer of daily human interaction to expose the chilling mechanics of the uncanny valley of the polite smile, and why the people who treat you the warmest in public are often the ones secretly plotting your ruin in the dark. Society programs us to accept a smile as a universal symbol of safety, trust, and acceptance. From the moment we are infants, a curved pair of lips disarms our natural defenses and tells our nervous system that we can finally lower our shields. But nature is rarely that simple, and human psychology is an absolute battlefield of hidden intentions. When a genuine emotion of joy floods the human central nervous system, it triggers an involuntary contraction of the orbicularis oculi muscles, causing tiny, crinkling crow's feet to bunch up around the corners of the eyes. This is the authentic signature of warmth, a biological response that cannot be fully faked by conscious willpower. Yet, walk into any high-stakes social environment, a corporate boardroom, or a tense family gathering, and you will witness an entirely different biological anomaly. You will encounter the social mask. This is the weaponized grin. It stretches too wide horizontally, it lingers 3 seconds past the natural expiration point of a normal reaction, and most importantly, the eyes remain completely dead, icy, and calculating. Why do human beings evolve the capacity to weaponize facial expressions to mimic safety while harboring absolute hostility? Because deception is the ultimate survival currency of the modern age. A predator rarely attacks from a distance with a snarl. They approach with open arms, soft tones, and a brilliant, blinding smile that disorients your threat detection system. When someone flashes a fake smile at you, your conscious mind registers friendliness, but your autonomic nervous system experiences a subtle, low-grade spike of panic because it recognizes the terrifying discrepancy between a joyful mouth and a dead, predatory gaze. That subtle, uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach when a toxic person smiles at you is not random anxiety, it is your internal radar screaming that you are standing inches away from a psychological trap. Throughout this dark exploration, we will decode how to read the exact micro-twitches that expose a counterfeit smile before a single word is spoken. We will examine why manipulators rely on hyper-extended grins to mask deep-seated envy, and how you can permanently rewire your own perception to instantly spot the micro-expression of betrayal hiding just beneath the surface of everyday politeness. Are you prepared to stop falling for the oldest psychological trick in human history? The veil is dropping right now, and what lies underneath will forever change how you look at every single person in your life. What else are they concealing behind their polite, flawless grins? Let us descend further into the dark architecture of human deception, because once you perceive the chilling reality of the fake smile, returning to blind trust becomes entirely impossible. To truly grasp the mechanics of this psychological trap, you must examine the raw neurology of the fake expression. Every toxic individual, every covert narcissist, and every workplace saboteur utilizes the weaponized smile as a camouflage tool to bypass your natural boundaries. They do not grin because they share a moment of genuine connection with you. They grin because they are monitoring your reaction to see if their mask is working. When they project that wide, welcoming expression your way, they cast an invisible net waiting for you to relax your posture, drop your guard, and expose your vulnerabilities. That immediate softening of your defenses serves as their ultimate green light, confirming they have successfully lulled you into a false sense of security. If they trick you into believing they are an ally, they render you completely defenseless, and the second you turn your back, they utilize the exact confidential information you shared during your moment of comfort to dismantle your reputation. Yet recognizing the uncanny valley of the polite smile completely shatters this dynamic, standing as the ultimate shield against covert manipulation. When you observe a smile without the accompanying eye crinkles, you are looking at a calculated performance, not a human emotion. This realization breeds intense psychological panic within the manipulator because their greatest weapon relies entirely on your ignorance. When you maintain a neutral, unreadable expression instead of automatically returning their fake grin, their brain short circuits. They realize their camouflage has failed, their micro twitches start accelerating, and they frantically escalate their performance, which becomes their ultimate downfall. By remaining completely still and unbothered while they struggle to maintain their fake warmth, you expose their utter lack of authenticity. They become the frantic marionette of their own exposed deception while you remain the chilling, detached observer of their social collapse. Consider the cold precision of emotional detachment, engineered explicitly to render your social footprint completely immune to fake warmth. No reactive smiling, no nervous laughter, no accessible validation profile. By refusing to mirror their artificial expressions, you vanish entirely from their manipulation radar. This philosophy avoids victimization entirely, morphing your persona into a psychological black hole where fake energy simply evaporates. When calculating operators attempt to map your social vulnerabilities, they hunt explicitly for your automatic urge to reciprocate a smile, using that polite reflex as an opening to insert their influence. Mastering this protocol demands heavy conditioning of your autonomic nervous system, training yourself to maintain icy, analytical observation amidst fake social cheer. It requires a permanent divorce between your internal analysis and your external social presentation. You might recognize the active deception happening right in front of you, but outwardly you present as a tranquil, impenetrable dark lake. This stoic distance radiates an intimidating aura of profound mystery because human psychology inherently fears what it cannot manipulate or charm. If an opponent fails to locate your compliance, they lose all capability to exploit you. This deliberate observational control functions as an elite social filter utilized naturally by high-value individuals who feel zero compulsion to return fake warmth just to keep the peace. They understand intimately that within any social dynamic, the individual who stops mirroring artificial smiles reclaims total sovereignty. Notice how legendary historical figures and dominant cinematic archetypes consistently withhold easy smiles, commanding absolute presence simply by observing the room with deadpan precision. We are going to teach you how to project this impenetrable barrier toward toxic colleagues, draining social circles, and even the deceptive actors operating right inside your daily routine. The void behind their fake smiles is far from empty, holding infinite clarity waiting to be harnessed. Are you prepared to watch reality reorganize itself the moment you abandon the urge to please everyone and choose instead to simply study their expressions? What else are they concealing beneath their polite, flawless grins? Now that you have mastered the foundational mechanics of the fake smile, you must conquer the ultimate frontier, which is the illusion of social obligation. The most dangerous pressure you will ever face does not originate from the adversary smiling across from you, but rather from the internal voice whispering demands to be polite, to smile back, and to keep the social peace at the cost of your own safety. Achieving mastery over this boundary protocol extends far beyond winning a tactical social game. It represents conquering the internal civil war within your own consciousness. You systematically condition your neural pathways to accept a liberating truth: artificial politeness holds zero jurisdiction over your objective reality. Their projected warmth remains their superficial performance, not a reflection of your worth. Their fake grins function entirely as confessions of their own manipulative agenda, never a valid connection to your character. By completely refusing to mirror their artificial expressions, you reclaim vast reserves of vital energy previously squandered on individuals unworthy of a single second of your existence. You transform into an impenetrable citadel of calm amidst a deafening sea of social phoniness. This emotional independence serves as the defining signature of a high-value individual, proving an unyielding capacity to maintain internal equilibrium regardless of hostile or deceptive external conditions. You cease functioning as a helpless casualty of social conditioning, stepping seamlessly into the role of supreme master of your own presence. You observe the fake smiles, you spot the dead eyes hiding behind the charm, and you effortlessly step aside as their manipulation sails harmlessly past your space. The surrounding world will relentlessly attempt to drag you back into the theatrical mud of superficial pleasantries, engineering social scripts designed to make you compliant, overly friendly, and painfully predictable. Yet your perspective has fundamentally evolved. You recognize that your profound emotional detachment functions as your ultimate sanctuary, and your absolute stillness operates as your greatest tactical weapon. You realize deeply that the most devastating response to a fake smile is unyielding quiet, and the ultimate antidote to a charming predator is complete psychological non-participation. You become the mysterious ghost inhabiting their social machinery, the unpredictable variable that keeps them restless and paranoid during late-night hours. What additional tactics could anyone possibly deploy against you once you completely sever your investment in their superficial approval? The power dynamic has permanently inverted, transferring complete operational control directly into your hands. This is What Else Official, forging a relentless collective of sovereign minds who utterly reject manipulation, refuse predictability, and decline to live by anyone else's manipulated rulebook. If this deep descent into the dark psychology of human expressions has fundamentally altered your framework, you occupy the exact space you were destined to reach. Yet our journey across the shadows continues right now, and your participation defines our strength. Have you ever spotted the dead eyes behind a fake smile and completely neutralized a toxic person's game without saying a word? Did you experience that exhilarating psychological shift the exact moment you realized you no longer had to play along with polite deception? Document your lived experience in the comments section below, as your personal breakthrough might serve as the exact spark another individual requires to shatter their own invisible chains. We personally review every single insight contributed by our community, building a powerhouse of advanced psychological fortification. If this exploration brought massive value to your mindset, hammer the like button right now to signal the algorithm that deep psychological sovereignty must reach those currently trapped in endless fake social loops. Ensure you are subscribed to What Else Official with all notifications aggressively engaged, because our upcoming deep dive plunges even deeper into the hidden architecture of the human mind. Refuse to miss the next major revelation. Join our ranks, maintain absolute awareness, and remember that the most devastating tactical strike you can execute today is dropping the polite mask and offering absolute observation. What else are they concealing from you within their daily performances? We will uncover the truth together in the next transmission. Stay still, stay strong, stay silent.